Hello, everyone. On June 22nd, that's a Wednesday, we are launching a How to Talk to Men book club based on this book, How to Talk to Men, The Geisha and the Gorilla by Mia Sage. The book club will be 12 weeks because there's 12 chapters in the book. So we're going to read a chapter, then we're going to meet, and then we're going to talk about the chapter, maybe do some role plays, and see how we can create harmony in the home, find a man, keep a man, create harmony in your family, in your relationships. So everyone out there is invited. Please send me a message, send us a message if you're interested to know more. So I thought that today maybe we could share some of our favorite stories from the How to Talk to Men, if you had some experiences or
secret. You gotta pay for it.
Just a little tease. Okay, I could start and then I'd love to hear yours. We'll keep it short for everyone who wants to learn more. Just reach out to us. I recently shared the story with one of the ladies who was joining the book club, and I forgot about it completely, but I remembered it. So I had a client, a woman, and she was in attending a college. And there was a 4-year university, and she was in the end of her 4th year, and she was about to graduate, and then I think she was going for an accountant or something and get an accounting job. And one of the classes, she needed to receive a certain grade in order to pass, and she was worried about it. And unfortunately, the professor gave her a grade that didn't allow her to graduate. She was furious.
I remember that.
You remember Gazelle? Gazelle is there. Yeah, she came to me, and because she's a woman, the professor was a man. She came to me and she says, "Polina, help me, because I want to kill this man. I want to destroy him." She was going to say that it was like a prejudice because she's a white girl, or she's blonde, or she's tall, or she's short, or there's something about her that's why he failed her grade. And she asked what to do because she couldn't wait another summertime and then another semester in order to finish her grade so that she could then start working. She was really counting on this diploma so she could start working. And she came to the class, she came to the book club, and we did a role play. We role played the situation. And we decided that she's going to write him an email. We wrote out what she's going to say. And so she sent that email out. He sent her an email back and he said, if you would have put this much work into your year work that you put into making this email, you would probably get a higher grade. And that made her even more mad. She came back and she said, "Please, what am I going to do?" I said, "Look, you're going to do nothing. You're just going to write him again. Based on this book, we're going to use the tool. We're going to use some of the tools. One of the tools is the acknowledgement tool. And you're just going to appreciate him. And you're going to say, I appreciate you taking the time to read this email. Even though this was the year ended, he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to respond to her. It was already June. And you're just going to say thank you for every action that you took in order to reply to you." And again, I coached her. We talked about the tools. And she goes home and she calls me and she says, "You're not going to believe what happened." Because in the first email that she sent to him, she asked him to change her grade based on everything that she said she did during the year. She asked him to change the grade. So she went home, she calls me and she says, I opened the email to write to him to appreciate him. And I see his email back and he changed my grade. How? How did this happen? How did this happen? How? She was so happy. She was so happy. She was crying. She was laughing. She says, I don't know, Polina, what is this? I don't know about this how to talk to men work, but every time I come near this work, magic happens in my life. And things just start to work with the men in my life. She then, like later, a few months later, she received her diploma, and then she came to my house and we celebrated with champagne. And she was just telling everybody the story how she got this diploma because of the how to talk to men. I love all the miracles that happen around this work for women. I'm just so happy to share it. And
Yeah, wonderful story. It is. And this is so interesting. It's nothing in this book what we don't know. Everything we know, but we just forget or never use it, or we learn actually a different way. That's like, even if it's what if I want to talk about my story, right? Because this way, like when I met Paulina, she's the one who is invite me to her for the preview, right? And that's it really worked in my life too. So when I use the tools, which is in this book, described in this book, my life is changed. So I didn't believe it before it really happens. Okay, so, and I didn't know that it can be so simple. Just steps, a role play, like just describe the situation and say, hey, what you can do, right? So in my case, the man who he was not like supporting because of I was fighting before. And then I said, hey, what if you will do this way? And when I just talked to him different way, and I was like, wow, even he bought the car for me. I said, what happened? It's like, that was the shocking for me. I mean, I always telling that story all the time, but it's still as a miracle. And after that, I still using, all of us, we're using that old tools, and it works with anyone. It doesn't matter, it's men, women, kids, anyone, even dog and cats too. Just different approach.
Yes, very powerful work. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the if it's tell the power, my favorite chapter is about typology. When you see men, the different type of men, that was really like eye-opening. So I didn't see that way, because many times we apply whatever we learned before. So every man, like they are all the same. We are not the same. They are also not the same. So it's just a different type. When you learn that typology, you can say, oh, actually, I see that. Okay, I can approach different way. So that's really also helpful.
Incredible, right? Because
Yeah.
the people reading skills, so that
Yeah.
there's actually a type of a person, the way they're shaped, the way they speak, the way they are presenting themselves, their qualities, their skills, that all matters in the relationship. So this book does exactly that, and this training itself also does exactly that. So thank you for sharing, Gustav.
I was remembering, like, what story should I share? Well, the one that stands out is it took me almost 4 years to realize that the conversation I have with a man is music, right? And then I didn't realize that after I spent some time with you, Kalina, and watching watching you interact with your man, I realized that every time that my man calls now, like I could be doing something, as soon as I see his face, I'm like I'll be like, oh, I'm there, and then I see his face, I'm like, hello. And then,
Wow.
who was that? It's just like soft. And it's so funny because he also, it's like, hello. And then as soon as I say, hello, he's like, hi.
Exactly.
And before and after, right?
And then I started realizing that that's the same way when when my kids call, I get that way automatically. Like today, my little one called because I called her and she didn't answer. So when I answered, I was like, "Hello, who is it?" Like I started playing with her, and then I thought, "Oh my gosh!" I started doing the same thing with my man. So it's either hello or like hello. If I who's this? Hello, who are you looking for? Is that me? And it took me 4 years of studying and this and this. So, like I was explaining it to somebody today, it's gonna take time. It's like, oh, your whole life you've been training a specific group of muscles, right? And it's just one muscle that you've never trained. And when you start working, it's gonna hurt and it's gonna be painful for a little bit until you realize how to use it properly, and then it just feels good. Oh,
It feels good to be natural.
feels good.
I love your story, Leah, and I love that you said that it's like music,
Mm,
uh, because it really is like that. That when somebody calls you and you pick up the phone, especially a man, a woman is not trained like in the muscle of the sound, of
mm,
their tones, of their voice, and if there's harshness in the tone, then men become defensive, and then that's also something that we practice in the How to Talk to Men, is the tones of voice, and then you get the feedback. And of course it's only women, is for this book club and for this training, it's for women only, and we get to practice together. um, but yes, the tones of playfulness, the tones of appreciation, the tones of all the feminine way of being and communicating with your partner. Yay. Thank you so much, ladies, for sharing. I invite you to the book club. It's again, I'm going to be on June 22nd. We start at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Please reach out to us. Let us know if you're interested. We'll give you more details. And you could always get this book as well, How to Talk to Men, The Geisha and the Gorilla by Mia Sage. Thank you again, and see you all in there. Bye.